Hi, this is Rajesh Kannan, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology. In this session, I am going to explain how the cache concept is implemented or used in Django. Actually, the cache, it is a innovative methodology which is very helpful for retrieving the data in a quick manner. The basic purpose of cache is to retrieve the content in a quick manner without hitting the server. Let me explain. Actually, in the Django environment, the caching is implemented in 2 or 3 ways. One is the cache can be stored in the local file system or local memory or in the database. URL is hitted means, that is URL is entered means it will search in the local cache. If it is available, it will return, or else it will get it from the database or else from the actual server. In the Django, we can retrieve or we can get the output of a specific view, a part of a template, or the entire site can be retrieved from the cache support. To get the content from the cache, we have to first setting up where we are going to store the cache informations. Actually, the cache is maintained by the Django server itself. When the first time a particular site is opened, the data is fetched from the actual server and it will be stored in a local cache. Whenever the next time the same site is or the same URL is entered means, it will first search in the cache. If it is available, then it will be used, or else it will get it back again from the server. So, for that we have to set up the cache where we are going to store the data, and the cache can be saved in the database or a file system or directly in the memory. For that we have to access the settings.py of a particular Django project. As shown in the figure, whenever an application receives a URL, it will first search with the cache memory. Once the cache hit means the data is read from the cache memory and it will not access the actual data storage which is located in the server. Once the cache does not have the required URL content means, then it is assumed as cache miss, then it will send a request to the database and the database will send the data to the application. When the application receives the data from the databases, it will write the data into the cache for the future reference. We will see how the cache works. Whenever a URL is entered in the URL bar, the URL will try to locate the data in the corresponding page in the cache memory. If the particular page is located in the cache, then return the corresponding page, else it will get the data from the actual server, that is generate the page from the actual server, and we have to save the generated content in the cache memory which will be used for the future, and then we will return the generated page for the application. Now, I am going to explain the different types of storage mechanisms which are all possible for cache in the Django environment. As I said earlier, we can store the cache content in a database or a file system or a local memory. Whenever we are going to use the databases, first we have to create a cache content a table which is going to be used for the data storage, which is called as the cache table. And in the settings.py we have to provide in the under the default parameter the backend as we have to represent db.database cache, which indicates that the data the cache is going to be stored in the database, and the location is the corresponding cache table name. We can create different cache table for different project or applications. And in the next, if we want to store the cache content in the file system, means the same default parameter here it is represented as backends dot file based cache. So, it indicates that the cache content is maintained as a file, and we have to provide the location where the particular cache file is going to be available. Usually it is stored in the temporary file under the var directory. Under temp directory we are going to create a file. The another possibility is we can store the data in the local memory itself. If so, means in the default parameter we have to provide the backend as memory cached, and the location is the IP address and the corresponding port number. In the older versions of Django, we can provide the content in a generalized manner. First we have to create a table for cache content storage. Second, we can mention the cache hyphen backend as DB, it represents the database storage environment, and my cache table the corresponding table. In the previous representation we provide the backend in a single line and location is another instruction. The both can be combined and provide the cache underscore backend is equal to database, which indicates the file is going to be stored in the database, and the corresponding table name. If we are going to store the data in the file, means the cache underscore backend is file, which indicates the cache is maintained as a file, and the corresponding location. The other possible ways are the cache can be represented as local memory. Here we need not to specify any port number or IP address. If we provide local memory, means it is defaultly checking the temporary folder. The next way is we can provide the cache as a simple. The simple means which is more or less similar to the local memory method. The only difference is it is maintained as a simpler cache content which will provide easy or quicker access. The next one is the cache backend, which is mentioned as a dummy. That means whenever a file or whenever a URL is created, we want to ignore the cache reference, means we can mention it as a dummy. If we provide that, whenever a URL is entered, the cache backend is dummy, so it will not search in the cache, and it will assumed as a cache miss and get the data from the actual server. I will explain in a detailed manner a cache content. The @cache underscore page, it is a decorator which will specify how long a particular cache content has to be maintained, that is the life of the cache content. Here we mentioned 60 into 15, here 15 is the minutes, 60 it is a 60 seconds per minute. So, totally it will be maintained for 900 seconds. And def view articles, it is a view we are creating. Here we are getting the year and month from the URL, and the year and month is displayed using the content, and we are returning the text. So, actually in the catch we are just going to maintain the year and month values for the future reference. Now, we will get into an example. It is a template for a HTML file. Here we provide a head part, a body part. In the head part we provide the block title. It is based on the content, it will be getting dynamically updated. In the body part we are providing one block which is represent the actual content and another block is for providing the footer content. It is a template. Whenever a particular template is inherited, based on from that inheritance the actual content will be getting updated. Actually now we are going to use the particular template in this file. The first line load catch, which will indicates that the catch content is reflected, and the second line extends base.html means the base.html template is going to be inherited in this file, and we are providing the title block, the current time, and the next content is the date. It is now the corresponding date, end block. We does not provide any reference for the footer segment. So far what we discussed are how we are going to retrieve the content from the cache memory. That means here the content is retrieved from the cache memory with the help of this load catch instruction. Now we are going to learn how to create or setting the values in the catch content. So for that, first we have to use the set and get keywords. The set which is used to create the catch content, actually it is a 3 attribute functionality. First one is the key, second one is the corresponding value, third one is the timeout seconds. The first one, key value, means actually the catchy content are stored as a key value dictionary format. The corresponding catch content can be returned or retrieved with the help of the key value only. For an example, catchy.set, here my underscore key is a key, the corresponding value for this my underscore key is hello world. Okay. This is going to be stored, and the 30 is the timeout seconds. So, the corresponding my underscore key catchy value will be retained in the cache memory for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds the corresponding catchy content will be disappear. If I want to retrieve the value, means catchy dot get the corresponding key value. We can set more than one values continuously, as well as we can retrieve more than one values continuously. The catchy dot set A, it is a key, the corresponding value is 1, B it is 2, C it is 3. If I want to retrieve all the 3 catchy content, means catchy dot get underscore many, it is the keyword what we have to follow, and in the dictionary we provide the keys in a comma separator, means it will retrieve the values. Okay, let us discuss an example. It is the views.py file. Here we are providing your my underscore view, catched underscore data is catchy dot get my underscore catched data. Here my underscore catched data is the key which is going to be searched from the catchy content. Once the catched data is none, means it means that the catchy is not available, then the data is retrieved from the model. Okay. If the data is available, it will be retrieved, and once we retrieve the data from the data model, we have to create the catchy for future reference. So, catchy dot set my underscore catched data, the same key is used, the corresponding data is stored here, and the timeout is 60 seconds. And once we create the cache, then we render the content for the application. If the cached data is available, means the data is founded in the cache, so we can directly render the content. Dear guys, hope you understand the concept of cache, how it is implemented in the Django environment. We will discuss some other topic in the future videos. Thank you.